He sits, fingering the pieces of his puzzle, surrounded by his papers, embraced by the evensong of the rural Kentucky night. His fingers return again and again to the same spot, for though his creative mind is vast, he is not used to relying on his fingers for knowledge. He hungers to understand this new, imaginative code, a code which will reveal intriguing worlds and remarkable voices, a code which now eludes him. Slowly at first, like a suspicion, he begins to put it together. Then faster. The pieces of the puzzle drop into place in his mind. He can read the sentence. He laughs until he cries. This is the story of one man's success reading his first Braille sentence. Everyone's journey is different. But what we all have in common is that we build on what comes before us. Just as a sentence is formed by words, and words are formed by letters, so a history is formed by many different people and events. A system emerged gradually. Blind people themselves led the way, notching and bundling sticks in categories, pinpricking cards and knotting strings. Homer, a blind philosopher, authored the Iliad and Odyssey, and Milton, also blind, wrote Paradise Lost. For centuries, blind people served their world as storytellers, bards, scholars, living historians, and keepers of the collective cultural memory. Then slowly, the sighted began to see, searching for ways to help, carving wood letters for teaching blind students, casting characters in lead, creating codes of dots and squares, alphabets of string. However, despite all the blind teachers and musicians who left their mark on history, it wasn't until the 18th century that blind people had the means to read and write. Ultimately, Awee's printing in relief led to the birth of Braille, and with it, the power of literacy. The Marie and Eugene Callahan Museum of the American Printing House for the Blind is dedicated to preserving and presenting the fascinating educational history of blind people and the historic contributions of the American Printing House for the Blind.